This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel Game of the Week.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Game of the Week in the 1979-82 Fall League Game of the Week Baseball. And it's almost a tradition at this point, folks. You ask for it, you get it. Every year in the Fall League, we get you that series between the Dodgers and the Padres in the land of the Yacht Rock. Oh yeah, definitely land of the Yacht Rock. If you're not familiar with this, well, each team I assign some backup music to when they're the home team, and they usually pick a band for all 32 teams, except for the Padres. Couldn't identify one particular band from the San Diego area, so they became the Yacht Rock Mix, and we've been having fun for that for the last 4 years, doing the annual Dodger Padre series in the Fall League in the time of the Yacht Rock. And not only that, we got a pitching matchup and a game one of a best of 5 series that you guys scream for all the time. For the Dodgers, it'll be Don Sutton. 1980 was a 13-game winner with a 2.21 ERA, and he will go against San Diego's Mr. Randy Jones. Dodger killer, Randy Jones, 1979, 11 wins and a 3.63 ERA. Dodgers, Padres, the canvas can do miracles, land of the Yacht Rock. Let's get started. Leading off for the Dodgers, it is Davey Lopes. 34, flies left. Reggie Smith, 2.9 is a walk. Steve Garvey, 1.3 is a 5-4-3 double play. Bottom of 1, it's Luis Salazar. 5'10", catcher's card. Trevino. 3E5. Makes the play. Batting second, the rookie, Tony Gwynn. Got into the league this year. 63, first X. Garvey, a 1E7 first baseman. There's 2 outs for Broderick Perkins, a 370 hitter. 4.9, struck him out. Top of 2, Bronce. 1.5, oh my goodness. Take a look at Bronce's card of 1979. 28 bombs, a 281 average, 86 walks. And the ability to destroy baseballs that come from the south side of the mound. My goodness, crushes them, crushes lefties. And that ball is hit, well, it's hit out into the Yacht Rock land, and then you know, they got the little cove there, and they're trying to fish the ball out and send it back to Ronce's family and something like that. Anyway, a solo home run, completely out of the ballpark, in the ocean. 1-0, Dodgers. Kirk Gibson, 36, base hit, ace stealer, taken off, 16 out. Bill Fahey guns him down. Dusty Baker, 56. This guy's a center. And Rudy Law in the order. 5-12, flies left. Bottom of 2, it's Rusty Torres. 310, struck him out. Lynn Jones, 4-4. 4-4 off the Sutton card is gone. I gotta caution you, Dodger fans, you Sutton fans. Brilliant year, 2.21 ERA, but he did give up 20 long balls in 212 innings, which is just okay. In this case, we got a battle of solo homers. Joe LaFay, son of Jim LaFay, 66, liner second, former Dodger. Manny Trio, 47, double one fly ball. Top of the 3rd. Bill Russell, 1-4, grounds to short. Alex Trevino, 1-8, triple 1-4 doubles, a 2-base hit. Runner at second for Davey Lopes. 2-9. 2-9. Let's look at Davey Lopes' card. Boy, Ladies and gentlemen, these Dodgers can crush left-handed pitching. They just don't normally see a lot of it. But Davey Lopes, my goodness, he also had 28 home runs in 79. Him and Ronsay. Another mashing card here. 2-9 is Homer, 1/15. That is also gone. The same crew that was paddling out for Ronsay's ball now has to do a 180 and go after Lopes' ball there. 3-1. Reggie Smith. 35's a walk. Steve Garvey, 54. Center X. This is Rusty Torres in center. E9. Makes the catch. And with 2 outs, it's Ronsay again. 2-7. Single on a 14. Gets it. 2 on, 2 outs. Randy Jones getting knocked around today. He's a big play here if he can get it. Kirk Gibson. 110 he cannot as Gibson delivers a single to center field. Reggie Smith, he will run. He's a 14, 15, 16, -2 is a 14, and he scores on a 2. Ronsay the Penguin squirts over to third base. It is a 4-1 lead. And it's Dusty Baker. 58, lines to first. Well, you know, this is 79, Randy Jones. And it's kind of his last really good year. His best years were 75, 76, that era. And, yeah. So he's getting knocked around. 4-1, bottom of the third. It is Ozzie Smith. Probably his last year in San Diego before we sent him to the Cardinals. 4-6 is a base hit for your Double-A Steeler, down 3. Bill Fay's a B hit and runner. That's hit and run instead of stealing a base. And it works perfectly. That's the call. It's a hit and run single. And it's back up top to Luis Salazar. 210, lefty question mark. We can run Ozzie, and we will, against the Baker arm, and we score. It's 4-2. Tony Gwynn, 110. Base hit left field. Fahey holds at second. Broderick Perkins, 111. Sky's the center. Only 2 outs. It's Rusty Torres. 67 is a K. 4-2 game. Into the 4th. Rudy Law in the order. 56 flies to right. Bill Russell, 5'11", flies to right X. This is LaFay's a 3 right fielder. Makes the catch. And Alex Trevino, 44, third X. Oh boy, Salazar's a 4-29. But he makes the play, and probably. Brandon Jones settles down a bit in the 4th. And we got a ball game. 4-2, bottom half. It's Lynn Jones. 3-11. Bounce to short. Joe LaFay, 55. Short X. This is Russell. Not known for his glove in this era. Still a 3, though. A 3-33. And that is a single. Manny Trio, 55 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Ozzie Smith. 2-5 is a walk. 2 on. 2 outs. William Fahey. 1-7, Bill Fahey, double 1-5. That is a double. We got a 4-3 game. Runners on second and third. With 2 outs. For the 337 bat of Luis Salazar. 1-5, grounds the third. You know, these Padres, don't sleep on these Padres. Salazar hits 337. Gwynn's rookie year just 289. He can be excused for that, though. Then you got the 370 bat of Broderick Perkins. My goodness. Plus Manny Trio hits 292. That's the bat 7th. So, yeah, these Padres just can hit it, folks. It's a 4-3 game. Actually, the Padres have sent 1 more man to the plate, though they're down a run. Into the top of the 5th we go. For Davey Lopes, 64, pops the second. Reggie Smith, 45, second C. Steve Garvey, 2-2, pops the second base. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Bottom of the 5th. It'll be Tony Gwynn. Down a run. 4-4. Homer, 1-13. Double the rest. Does no power. It's a single. And Gwynn's a B stealer. He'll stay at first. For Broderick Perkins. 2-10. Let's take a look at this crazy card of Broderick Perkins. 1980. 100 at-bats. He and Salazar were extra players. 370 for this guy, and Salazar 337. Well, thank you very much. He just turned a really crappy Padre team into a very good one suddenly with these emerging extra player cards. Yeah, 370 for Perkins. And 210 is a double to right field. The templates on these cards are a joke as well, because in 1980, Strat-O-Matic, the original set, the National League is all screwed up the way they printed their cards. The pitchers had all identical columns, the 4-column, and like the Cubs, Cardinals, and Astros, Reds, and the Padres had best hitter on their team was all jumbled up. You couldn't figure out who it was by just looking at the template. It's all messed up. Anyway, after all that, we have second and third for Rusty Torres. 58 is a sac fly to center field. Tie ball game. 4-4. Runner at second, 1 out. Lynn Jones. 48. Single 1 to 9. Base hit. They're getting the Sutton now. You got to bring the infield up with a lead run at third for Joe LaFay. 46. Clean single into center field. Old Dandy Don Sutton getting knocked around. That'll score a run. It is 5-4. Lynn Jones does he go coast to coast off of the Gibson arm? I think he does. And he's thrown out of third base. Oh my goodness. Trying to go first to third on a single. But Gibson's got a -1 arm. Lynn Jones, yeah, 15. So he got thrown out on the bases. Don't worry too much, folks. The Padres did get a lead. They have a runner at first with 2 outs now. For Manny Trio. Got a little bit over their skis in these innings. Look at that. Every inning. Manny Trio 1-4. Grounds are short. All right. Don Sutton got nicked. Randy Jones did earlier, but then Randy Jones has gotten 7 straight outs as we go to the 6th. Ron Say. 1-5. Man, he is tuned in. The baseball is as big as a beach ball for Ron. And he crushes that out into the cove, and they're discontinuing search and rescue. They just cannot find that baseball. That is gone. We are tied at 5 again. Oh my goodness. Kirk Gibson, 55 second. Johnny E. Baker, 6'10", catcher's card. Fahey is a 4, makes the cat play. And Rudy Law, 56, flies to right. Well, it's 5-5. Leads going back and forth in this one, all over the place. You had the Dodgers, Padres tied it, Dodgers, Padres, Padres, Dodgers. Fun day, fun windy day in San Diego. Bottom of the 6th. It's Ozzie Smith. 1-8, lines to second. Bill Fahey, 38, grounds the first. And Luis Salazar, 310, base hit. 2 outs for Tony Gwynn. Pops to short, 55, 5-5 game. Both pitchers break in the 7th. They're competing for a victory. They'll stick around. We'll see how far they can go. Bill Russell leads off, top of the 7th, 58. Lines the first. Alex Trevino, 5'10", pops to second and with 2 outs. Davey Lopes, 47 is a short X, but you got Ozzie Smith, a 1E25 shortstop, makes the play. Randy Jones has managed to get through 7 innings. Didn't think he could do it after the rough start, but he has. It's 5-5 in San Diego. Stretch time. We, of course, are listening to The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Anyway. Let's throw this one down here now. Yeah. Great yacht rock mix. Here we go. We'll throw some deuce or ace, whatever you want to call this, in here. Bottom of the 7th. Don Sutton, tie game. He's going to try and stretch us out and chase a victory with a Dodger rally in the 8th. He's going to continue. Face Broderick Perkins. 48, second X. Second baseman Davey Lopes, a 3-15. That's a base hit for Perkins. Rusty Torres, 39, flies to right. Lynn Jones, 412, center C. And Joe LaFay, 211 hit by the pitch. 2 on, 2 outs. 1 more base runner. Breaks Sutton. Probably his last batter. Manny Trio. 310 flies to left field. Mental note, yep, Sutton's not coming back out for the 8th. 5-5. Reggie Smith, Garvey, say a bunch of righties. And I think Randy Jones' day is done as well. They're both come out after the rally. Turn down a little bit now. Rally music didn't work. Anyway, Randy Jones will leave in the 8th inning. You know what? He's been underused thus far this year. We're going to go right to Raleigh Fingers. The Padres closer, Raleigh Fingers, 1980. In between his Oakland and Milwaukee Cy Young or championship runs, World Series appearances, whatever you want to call it, he was in San Diego. 11-9 with a 2.80 ERA and 103 innings. Raleigh's going to come in here, see if he can get a couple innings in a tie game, because they want to win game 1. They really do. You know? These are the Padres. They could use a victory. Top of the 8th. It'll be Reggie Smith. 110 is a base hit. Now you have Steve Garvey. Let's take a look at the Garvey card. Because the one thing about Garvey, we know, that is not so nice and wonderful is unfortunate abundance of double plays on his card. And he hit into one in the first inning with a man on. And we'd like to get him to stop doing that if we could, if you're rooting for the Dodgers. So if he can stay away from double play, that would be peachy here against Raleigh Fingers. Here is the pitch. 65, he skies the center field. And Reggie Smith is still aboard. Ronce, 3 for 3, 2 home runs and a single. Red hot. Let's see what he does here. Pitch to Ronce. 1-5, you gotta be kidding me. And they're all 1-5s, folks. He's not leaving anything to doubt. Not a 1-6 or a 1-7 or 1-14 or 1-10. No! He's hit 1-5 4 times in a row. My goodness. This is... Okay. You've all watching this stuff at Play Strat-O-Matic over your ever. This is that game where the guy you're playing is sick of you. Because you just roll 1-5 all the time for your favorite player every time he comes up. And he, you know... You can do. There's nothing you can do. You sit there and watch your friend, you know, torment you, but there it is. 2-run bomb off of Raleigh Fingers. What a day. If they had a baseball game of the week MVP, we know who that would be. That ball actually landed in a kayak in the cove there. So they didn't have to go swimming out for it. And he's going to send it back to the dock and give it to his family there. Kirk Gibson, 67, is a K. And Johnny Baker, Dusty Baker, 48 is a K. Well, Raleigh Fingers got knocked around for a couple dingers. 7-5, Sutton's gone. We get to go to this really interesting Dodger bullpen. Steve Howe, Bobby Castillo, Dave Stewart, but they also have the fat tub of goo. Terry Forster is going to come in here with his late night burritos and come on in and see if he can get an out or two here in the 8th inning. Terry Forster, nice little performance in 1982 with the Dodgers, 5-6, 3.04 ERA in 83 innings. Former White Sox, former future Atlanta Brave, Terry Forster. Bottom of the 8th. Dodgers, no defense to change to report. It'll be Ozzie Smith leading off. 65, lines to second. Bill Fahey can't hit lefties, so batting for him. Batting for Bill Fahey. Chris Stymack. Chris Stymack will pinch hit. 63, pitcher B. And with 2 outs, back up top, Luis Salazar. 5-11, first C. Easy, 1-2-3 inning for the goo, the fat tub of goo. Top of the 9th, Raleigh Fingers, well, what do you do? Just let him finish the game. Yeah, just let him, he needs work. Obviously, he was rusty. So Fingers will pitch the 9th inning down to Rudy Law. 49, that's a base hit. Rudy Law's a double-A stealer. Stymack, the new catcher He's a +2 arm. That's a recipe for disaster. He's going to steal. And he's thrown out on a 20. Craig Steinmack got some mustard on that one. Not known for a good throwing arm. And he just dusted Rudy Law off the bases. Wow. Bill Russell. 1-6, lines to second. And with 2 outs, it's Alex Trevino. 1-7, bounces to third base. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Forster, he's got 2 lefties, Gwynn and Perkins. So we'll see what and if what the Padres do. Tony Gwynn is going to bat against the lefty. 3-11 is a bouncer to third. Perkins, not so much. Doesn't hit lefties very well. And it's a golden opportunity to bring in John. I need a man to walk and fuss. John Walkenfuss. 1982. 301 hitter for the Tigers. First, catcher, third, outfielder. Always had fun-looking Strat-O-Matic cards. Played for the Phillies, I think, as well. John Amanda Walkenfuss. And they'll take Forster out after inning and a third. They'll go Bobby Castillo in the 9th. See if they get the final 2 outs. John Walkenfuss. Here's the pitch. 1-2, Lomax. And with 2 outs, it's all up to Rusty Torres. Let's take a look at Rusty. Was a White Sox in '79, 8 homers, 253 average. Plenty of power, good defense. Switch hitter, was a 2 in center field, with -2 arm. All that power, sign me up. He's a heck of a free agent. A lot of teams wanted him. Padres landed him. The pitch to Rusty Torres. 1-8 is a strikeout. And it's raining in Southern California. Yeah, it is. It's raining. It's pouring down now. Clouds rolled in that 8th inning up here with the 3rd run, say, homer. And, yeah, it's coming down pretty good. Bad, fans aren't having a good time anymore with their pads. But the Friars losing that one. Raleigh Fingers, I'm sorry, he takes the loss. 2 hits and 2 runs. I get a 3rd hit and a couple strikeouts. Sutton, Randy Jones, no decision. He did give up 7 hits and 5 runs. And 2 walks, no strikeouts. Now, I believe Mr. Sutton got himself a W. How about that? Made the final out of the 7th inning, and then it was pulled in the tie game. Dodgers rally. Mr. Sutton collects a victory. Bobby Castillo collects a save with a strikeout. Nice performance by Terry Forster in between there. The old tub. Old fat tub of goo. Sutton did give up 12 hits and 5 runs of 7 frames, yet he collects a victory. That's not good for the National League. Yeah, when you actually knock Sutton around and he still wins. The Dodgers won the World Series last year, folks. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, they won the Fall League World Series. Dodgers are defending their championship. If you're wondering, that's why the color scheme here. You see this blue, and white, and the little red number. It's because the Dodgers won the World Series last year, folks. That's what I do. I gotta stare at this hideous font all year long until we get a new champion. Then I have to look at that champion's hideous font for the following year. Anyway, 1019, 0109, 710 512, 710 512, 2225 2522. That is game 1 of a best of 5 series between the Dodgers and the Padres. Let's look at the overall standings in the National League West. Let's see how these 2 squads are doing. Man, it pours. It pours, folks. I almost think we need some pina colada music after this. After all this rain comes down. Don't we have that in here somewhere? It's probably in here somewhere, right? I can't seem to find it.
Well, we got to give you guys a walk-away song here to listen to. Let's see here. Here you go. This would be a good one. This is a good for you folks here. Nice little yacht rock tune to send you guys out on a high note here on this game one. See the little flamingo there, all that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, all right, Dodgers Padres. One game in the can. Let's look at the year-to-date numbers. The Padres, you're probably wondering, are they about to surprise everybody, win the World Series this year? The answer is unlikely. They are 3 wins and 16 losses. It's not the kind of start you want if you want to surprise everybody with a World Series appearance. These Padres are hitting .254 with a .530 earned run average. But you know what? The Dodgers are no great shakes themselves. They're 11-11, hitting .254 with a .446 ERA. 341 games in the books. The league's hitting .269 with a .403. There is your standings, as a matter of fact. In the West, you got the Astros, first place. Giants a couple games back. Dodgers have just finally gotten back to 500. And we just don't know. Maybe it's just too much yacht rock. We don't really know what's going on down here. I mean, you really got to, you got a .370 hitter and a .337 hitter in the top of your lineup, and you're 3-16. Yeah, you're doing something really wrong there, are the Padres. We'll give you the results of the rest of this series at the end of the video. Thanks for checking it out. Well, baseball fans, this turned out to be quite a series, so let's show you what happened here. So this is your box score in game one, with the Dodgers winning 7-5 with the Ronce massacre. But do the Padres have an answer? Oh boy, Moses Sandals, they've got an answer. I tell you, look at this one, game two. It is 9-3 Padre victory. Everybody got hits in this one. They just unloaded. Finally, those .370 and .337 hitters went off. Poor Bert Hooton had no idea who he was facing. Couldn't believe the Padres were that good suddenly. Hooton gave up 11 hits and 7 runs in 4 frames. He was pulled. Mike Lacoste gets the win for the Padres. 9-3, they even the series, game apiece. So, we go to LA. Dodgers have home field, but the Padres have other answers. So the Road Warrior Padres in Game 3. It is Bob Shirley. Shirley, you jest, against Rick Honeycutt. Low-scoring affair. Padres, 3 singles and 2 runs in the first frame. You get a Willie Horton homer. It's 2-1. Then back to the Padres. You get a 2-run homer by Amanda Walkenfuss, and it's 4-1. Bottom of the inning, Dodgers tie it. Walk, single, K walk, and a 2-run double by Willie Horton again. What a crazy game this was. 4-4. Dodgers get a unearned run on a double by Kirk Gibson as Ron Say gets thrown out at the plate. They take a 5-4 lead, which is all fine and dandy, until we get to the 8th. Steve Howe is brought in to preserve a 5-4 lead in the 8th inning. He gets a fly out. Then he becomes unglued. A single, a triple, a double, a single, and another single. And before you know it, the Padres have won Game 3, 7-5. They have reclaimed home field. Could they actually win this series 3-1 in LA? Let's go check it out. Game 4 in LA. It's Juan Tyrone Eichelberger for the Padres against Rick Sutcliffe, your 1979 pitcher of the year, maybe rookie of the year, can't recall. 17-game winner. In this one, Sutcliffe loses control early on, gives up 4 runs in the first 3 frames, then he settles down. Gets a couple of nice innings of relief by Howe in this one. So it's just 4 runs, but the Dodgers just blow opportunities. They get a triple in the first score run. They do get a walk and a couple singles in the third score run, but they get a double play. So it is a 4-2 game in the 6th. Great chance here. Error, K, walk, double, walk, K. They get just 1 run out of that. Unbelievable. Then in the 8th inning, they get a single, and then 3 straight outs with the infield up. Oh, we had an infield up guy gunned down at the plate in this game, too. Then in the 9th inning,
Raleigh Fingers is brought in, gives up a leadoff double to Mike Phillips, a single by Law, runners on the corners, nobody out. Bring the infield up, Davey Lopes, ground ball, guys cut down at the plate. So instead of first and third with one out, you're stuck with first and second. Excuse me, first and third with no out. Now you got first and second with one out. Always hate to see that happen for the home team. Reggie Smith strikes out, and then with 2 outs, Dusty Baker grounds out.
Raleigh Fingers, the guy who had the goat horns in Game 1, he saves Game 4. Ladies and gentlemen, your San Diego Padres, who had won 3 games all year, have just won 3 straight over the LA Dodgers. Oh my goodness, folks. What's the standings look like now? Let's take a look. Here you go. They were 3-16, and we scolded them and mocked them and highlighted their one-loss record. Now we're doing the same thing, but look, this 3 turned into a 6 in just a few minutes, folks. And now they're playing .273 baseball for the year. That's not good. But the Dodgers are now 11-14. And now they are in serious you-know-what and probably not going to make the playoffs this year because the Astros and Giants are doing so much better out west. This is a World Series team a year ago. Not anymore, folks. The 1979 malaise, the 1982 malaise. In between those 2 years, they were really good in 1980 and 81. And then in 83, they won the West. 82, the Braves won the West. 79, the Reds won the West. So that's, you're kind of seeing that's what's happening to the Dodgers. But break up the Friars, folks. The San Diego Padres. You didn't get to see the games live. You saw them lose. But trust me, folks, they ripped off 3, count them, 3 straight wins. They beat the Dodgers 3-1. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.